Hi, everyone. This is Teresa Aker, and you're watching Success Diaries. Guess who I have back today? I have our dear friend Angela Thomas. How you doing, Angela?
Hi, Teresa, and you.
I am doing great. It's so good to have you here.
I'm excited to be here with you today.
Oh, absolutely. You were on the show quite a while ago. My viewers just loved you and they wanted you to come back. And so just so everyone knows, just a little update, Angela, of course, is a psychic, but she's going to give us more detail of what she actually does. She has done some wonderful things in her career. Let's come back to you, Angela. Tell the viewers what you do again.
As a psychic, I am a research psychic for the study of precognition. So, precognition is the ability to see into the future. So, I don't see 100 years in advance or anything of that nature. I like to stay within 18 months or 2 year time frame because that's what individuals really want. But seeking 100 years in advance, it wouldn't do me any good even if I could see that far in advance. But beyond precognition, I'm known for my retrocognition. Some people call it postcognition or seeing the past. Now,
Oh,
let me just say, when I do one on one readings with individuals on Zoom or on the telephone, I'm not in a session to tell them what they already know. People are not going to pay me for things that they already know.
okay.
Where I like to use retrocognition, however, is in forensic remote viewing.
Oh, okay.
So I actually teach a 12-week workshop online called Forensic Remote Viewing and Criminal Casework Tracking Missing Persons. So you have to have the ability to go backwards a little bit and then in the present and then into the near future, depending on if it's a cold case or a current case.
Oh, that's excellent. And I know it's forensic, so it's quite a serious career that you've had.
It is very, very serious, and I've been doing that for about 25 years. And I have volunteered my time. So when I do take on a case, which I don't take on as many cases as I used to, but I never charge to do a criminal case because there's a lot of time invested. I find it's my way of giving back, right? If somebody takes a psychic development course with me, there's a charge, or the one on one psychic development mentorship program, there's a charge. But for forensic remote viewing, I've never charged.
That's very good. And I understand why. You're helping families that are in really desperate state that you're
I work directly with the law enforcement. I don't deal directly with family or
right.
friends because if somebody's loved one goes missing and they know I'm working on that case, even if it's 2 weeks later or a week later after I send my written report to law enforcement, it's like, did you get anything else? It's been
Oh,
2 weeks. I haven't heard from any detective.
sure.
What else are you getting? So the expectation would be that I would be constantly working on that case from beginning to end, which is unrealistic.
I understand that. And again, you're back to it's compassion and it's best that they work with the police anyway.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I understand that. So let's bring it up to today. The reason we had you back. Some of the people, honestly, the viewers just think the world of you, Angela. And some were asking if you could perhaps do a little bit of a reading. And we're going to have a little bit of fun today. You and I talked
Oh,
before the
yay.
show.
Yay. I love to read.
Yeah, so last time we didn't do that. We just generally went over things. But just before the show, Angela kind of asked me certain things she needs to know in order to do this. So we'll start there, Angela. How about you tell me what should someone do if they're coming to you for a reading? What should they be doing first?
For those individuals that come to me for a reading, whether it's a man or a woman, I ask them to give me any of their areas of concern: family, relationship, home, career, finances, love, money, health,
Yeah.
whatever. And give me all of your areas of concern. And if you have any specific questions about those areas of concern, then ask me everything at one time because I'm just the messenger. So and then I ask them, let's not engage in a lot of conversation during your reading
Right.
because that information comes very quickly. And if I'm stopped constantly, then I have to re-engage or I may lose that message. So I just say, give me everything up front, whatever you have. And then if there's time for additional questions, or I may be at a point where I'll say in the middle of the session, right?
Sure.
Do you have any questions at this time? Which is one's cue to say, okay, she can hold on to the messages, or it's slowed down enough to where I can ask her something else.
Oh, I see. So when you get started, you really go into basically your own what you do, and you stay in that zone per se until it's pretty much complete.
Or until I know, okay. And sometimes I have to confess
Oh, okay.
that I do lose time. So if a person says, Angela, I want a 30-minute reading with you or a 60-minute reading with you, and I'm just delivering whatever information I'm getting, but sometimes I go way past that hour
Oh,
because I don't realize that it's been an hour.
sure.
And I don't keep a timer. I don't like that clock ticking thing. So, anyway, that's how I
Okay.
love to work. So,
So,
I did ask for your month and day of birth, not your
yes.
year, before the show. And that's what I generally ask because I love to give a little something extra to clients, right? So that he or she has the ability to look up information throughout their birthday year. And I like to match that to tarot cards that people read
Yeah.
because it is related and you get a lot of information. But nevertheless, I'm just going to take maybe 15, 20 seconds to focus. I already prepared myself before the show, so I'm pretty much open right now. But let me just focus and then I'll start a little mini reading for you, okay? All right, so one moment, just bear with me. Okay, so Teresa, I'm going to go back and forth between what I'm getting is your bigger areas of concern, and I just need to let you know that I'm staying between now and the next 18 months. If I give you shorter time frames, then I give you shorter time frames. So if I say now, that means today, tomorrow, next week, or all the way up to whatever time frame I give you, okay? So one of the things I want to say to you is I feel like your, I'll call it career in your media online is going to expand in different ways. Now, what do I mean by that, Teresa? Of course, you do podcast, part of the broadcast media. That's lovely. But I also want to let you know that I do find that your appearance online as well as in the local market of wherever you're living is broadening or expanding. And one of the things I feel like you're not just doing, you're introducing audiences to your podcast. Let's say if you do a morning television show, hint,
Ooh. Oh,
and you happen to mention your podcast, right? That's just one way. But I also have to say, and I'm being pulled to, let's go to Canada and let's go to Montreal. Now, why do I say Montreal? Because I'm hearing French being spoken, but I'm
oh.
being pulled to Canada. So I know that there's a lot of French speaking going on in Montreal, Quebec area, right?
Mhm.
And so don't be surprised, and I know that sounds crazy, Teresa, but don't be surprised if you're not already communicating. Let's see, we're in December. So between now and say the May June time frame. So now again being today, tomorrow, next week, or all the way through the month of June, communicating from somebody out of that Montreal area that would have some sort of media connection. So media connection could be online, like you're here online, or it can be television, radio, or even publishing. So publishing is part of mass media, right? And so just to let you know that opportunities are coming that way. But going back to more of your local market, I also want to say to you that I feel as though you are a natural fundraiser. Let me make you aware of this, like health conditions. So I feel like you're going to be involved in fundraisers, but more in a public kind of way.
Oh,
So whether you're using a theater stage, when there might be some production of, remember how they used to do weekend fundraisers or
yeah.
telethons, it's not just you doing it, you're participating in it. So I feel like there's some sort of fundraiser. Let's make you aware of this condition, or make you aware of this health thing, or make you aware of something of this nature. So I feel like you'll be on a stage with others under a production. Let me just see what else. Okay, and going back to fundraisers and making others aware, I want you to go to your biological mother's side of the
Okay.
family.
Okay.
And so I'm being told that there is some sort of health condition on mother's side. So whether it was the biological mother, aunt, sister, grandmother, maternal grandmother, you get the picture. I feel like there's something that runs in the family line, and so amongst the females. And so I feel as though you're going to be making others aware of it. Like that actress Angelina Jolie that said her mother had this form of breast cancer. And I'm not suggesting it is breast cancer, but you understand what I'm saying. I'm
I
using
do.
her as an example. She made aware to other women that this condition does indeed exist. And of course, she went ahead and had a mastectomy so she would never have to worry about going through that health threat. And so, whatever it is in your maternal line, I do feel like you're giving some sort of public awareness or discussion about it. Now, also, I have to say, and I know you go, Angela, that's just crazy. That's just crazy. But I want to say, I find you on a panel of people. Now, this is a separate situation from what I've just described to you earlier. So let's call it a panel situation, or a new opportunity, or whatever. Now, this panel thing is not happening with you amongst a panel of other people like weekly, but it does feel like maybe once a year or twice a year you're joining a panel of people as a person with professional knowledge of this particular subject matter. Now, lastly, I want to say to you that, again, I say you're a natural fundraiser, or let's bring awareness to the subject matter. I need to talk about two different areas, or three different areas. First of all, I want to talk about women that are maybe going through some sort of midlife crisis, or divorce, or has lost a partner through death, or whatever the case may be, some sort of transition. Even if it's single mothers who lost their spouse and now they have 6 children to raise.
Yeah.
But I also want to say that what's coming in very strongly is I keep on seeing a nursing home, or a assistant living, or something of this nature. And so that tells me you're bringing some sort of awareness either to a situation at a particular assistant living place, or you're bringing awareness to the elderly or the infirmed or whatever, overall a particular subject matter. So I feel like that's happening. And then lastly, I need to talk about little animals. Now, I've done fundraisers through silent auctions to raise money for pounds or animal shelters and things of this nature. And I'm getting a lot of animal shelter kind of things. So,
Oh,
again, women going through transition, animals, and something to do with the elderly or seniors. Because when I say nursing home or assisted living, we know that assisted living is still active seniors. They just need a little extra help along the way,
sure.
right? So they're fine, they're intact, etc. Okay, so now that I've said that little spiel to you and given you a little mini reading, do you have any questions?
You know what? You've done a great job. It fascinates me. I do have a couple of questions about you,
Okay.
Angela, because you get are they like thoughts that you get? Is that just a intuition? Is it messages? What do you get so thank you, first of all. I should say
Well, you're
that because
welcome. You're
that was
welcome.
fun.
I'm a psychic and a clairvoyant. And the clairvoyant, they have clairvoyant abilities. So, clairaudience. I'm highly clairaudient. So, I'm hearing. I'm also getting, for lack of a better word, a little channeling going on.
Okay.
And then I'm highly visual as well.
So auditorial and visual.
Right. So, I have all of the senses. So look at your five physical senses, your hearing and tasting and smelling and so on and so forth. So I get perceptions of that as a clairvoyant. So I toggle between psychic and clairvoyancy.
Oh, very good. Okay, so that's very good. Thank you. That was very good. And boy, that is very interesting because I think what you do is you take what people are doing or the way they are and maybe get them thinking outside of areas that they hadn't thought of, and you get these ideas and intuitions and
It's
oh,
not so much of providing areas that they've not thought about
sure.
because, and let me just say this, I don't want to plant the seed.
No,
I'm just the
you're
messenger.
just a messenger. I like
Right.
that.
So if I were to say, for example, Teresa, you're going to win some sort of award or accolade,
Oh, yay me.
and it'll be in your area,
Yeah,
whatever, and then you know that somebody wants to give you an award or an accolade, but you decide I'm not going to show up for that. You could offset receiving the award, or at least not publicly getting those accolades. But
sure.
no, I like to give what is coming, and it's going to be up to you whether or not. For example, I mentioned fundraiser or making one aware. So when you're approached, and I already know communication is coming to you about those areas, they're
Sure.
not happening, the communications are not happening all at the same time. But it's going to be up to you. Do I participate this year? Do I participate next year? Or how do I wish to participate? So, anyway, I give what I get, and I'm never invested. I teach
Hmm.
psychic development, and one of the very first lessons I teach in the very first lesson is do not invest in the outcome.
Sure, because
So
we're in
I
charge of
say
our own
that
destinies,
because
right?
if I'm reading for somebody personally, and the top major concerns are love, money, health, ask in 5,000 different ways.
Yeah,
Let's just say Jane Doe wants to know her relationship with Billy, her boyfriend Billy.
sure.
And if I'm reading for her and I do see a planning of a wedding or a wedding gown or something of this nature, and I say, listen, I do see a maybe you're preparing for a wedding or you've gone and bought a wedding gown, maybe Billy has proposed, and so on and so forth. And I might say, I see a wedding. When we make decisions based on emotions, it's made in 1 second. So
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you've ever heard of a bride and groom being there in the church, they're right there where the officiant or the pastor or the priest is, and one of them turns around and says, I'm sorry, I can't do this.
right.
So even though I saw a wedding, it doesn't necessarily mean that John or Jane Doe is not going to back out. So I give what I get, and then it's going to be up to him or her whether or not they wish to roll with that relationship or not. But I can say that being a clairvoyant, that's what gives me the ability to see what's in the near future. So precognition. And so that is my forte. So I do give my website, psychicangelathomas.com. I do give world predictions, but I don't publish all of my predictions because I do belong to a private research study. So I will send my non published, the ones I didn't put on my website, to that particular individual that's over the study.
Oh, perfect. That's really good. When you first came on the show, I was really quite impressed with your background and how you do it. You carry yourself so very well. You're very respectful
Thank you.
and absolutely. And you take it very seriously because this is your craft and you know what you're doing. And I'm quite honored to have you on today. So,
Thank you. Do you have any particular area of concern or question you wish to ask? And I'll just address it very quickly.
oh, sure. How about, okay, so I've been widowed for 5 years. Let's have some fun. Where do you see, oh, let's have some fun.
Oh goodness, what do I see in your future?
And
Well,
if there's
again,
no one, it's okay.
like I did earlier, I feel like you're going to be publicly going out there
Yeah.
more so than what you're doing right now. And I want to also say that one of the people that you have already, notice that word, already interviewed, will be an individual that kind of brings you out more in a different public kind of way. So don't be surprised if you're asked to participate in
Oh,
something that particular person discusses. Now, I don't feel like it's going to be, hey, can you do it today? Or
yeah.
let's talk about this, let's do it tomorrow. It feels like there's a lot of pre planning in place. Look for that to happen. But one of the things is that I do feel, and I know you're going to call me crazy when I say this, but I also feel like there is some sort of writing going on with you, Teresa.
Some writing?
So writing could be I'm writing a booklet, or I'm writing a short story, or I'm writing a how to, like a nonfiction.
Oh, sure.
But I do feel sometime, and I feel earlier or sooner than 18 months, I feel like between now and the next, say, 10 to 12 months, that you will have already, there's that word again, already started something. Now, I have an advanced terminal degree, MFA in writing. I'm a former adjunct professor to a private university, so I'm
Oh,
very familiar with the writing genres and
good.
all of this. And so that would not come up unless, of course, there's something there. So it could be a booklet for all I know. I just know that you're starting something. Will you finish it in 10 months or 8 months? I don't know. I can say I don't feel like you're doing it overnight and then you're putting it out for sale or to be available as a free information. I can just say between now and, let's say, the next 10 months, that I feel like you're already starting that. So lots and lots of good things coming ahead.
Wow, thank you. I'm
Yes, yes.
excited.
Let's go to one other geographic place. And by the way, are you in Canada or are you going
I,
to Canada?
I'm in Canada. I'm in Ontario, just outside of Toronto.
Okay, okay. Let's go to the west coast of Canada.
Okay.
So let's go to a Vancouver
Yeah.
or a Victoria, British Columbia. I feel that sometime between now and summer season 2026, that you are making plans to go to the west coast. Now you might
Oh,
go, Angela, no way. No way. So whether you are personally doing it, or you're going with others, or somebody is saying, hey, I'll make sure your accommodations are fine, I'll take care of the accommodations, or I'll take care of the flight, whatever the case may be. I don't feel like you're going it alone, by the way. I don't feel like you're going to Vancouver
Sure.
or Victoria, British Columbia by yourself. I feel like at least there would be one other person there, right?
Sure.
And I always say, if I'm seeing it, you're seeing it. And I've been to both Vancouver and Victoria,
Yeah, it's beautiful.
and I'm seeing that area. So that's how I know where I'm being led. So even though you're on the East Coast, there's something coming up for you on the West Coast. And whatever it is, it's not a sad situation, it is a very positive thing.
Oh,
I
that's
do not feel that it is in a professional capacity, but rather, more of a personal, or I need to check something out while I'm there kind of thing.
oh,
But you
okay.
understand what I mean.
Yeah.
So, very good. And then also, I am going to say that I do find that there is some sort of, I'm going to call this particular gentleman some sort of contractor slash developer. So a developer to me would be, I'm building houses, or I'm building buildings, or
Right.
I'm contracting out the jobs. But, and of course, contractor could be, I'm a roofer or whatever, but I know this one feels more like running the show. And
Oh,
so I
okay.
am going to say that there is someone that I find entering your personal life that you already know. So you've met before, you would recognize the name. But there is a gentleman that's in that developing, whether it's homes or real estate or something,
Sure.
coming your way. Now, am I saying that, oh my gosh, you're going to get married to him, Teresa? No.
Or
But I
I'm
feel
way
like
past that.
whoever this is, somebody that believes in you
Okay.
and would be more than happy to maybe invest in something that you have coming in the very near future, opportunity wise. So let's call it very dear friend, that it turns into a lovely friendship.
Very nice. Wow. That's a nice
So I
year
love
coming
that
up.
for you.
Yeah, that's
And you
wonderful.
might go, Angela, I don't go anywhere. I stay home. I close the door. I don't go out. I don't socialize. So I don't know how in the world. And at this time, by the way, I do not feel, Teresa, that you are ready to go, hey, I want to have a love life. I don't feel like
Yeah.
that's a priority. And it should
It's
not be, because right now this is your time. I am going to say one last thing before I stop
sure.
reading, and that is, I feel like you are going to be looking at acquiring something of value. Now, it doesn't take a psychic to say that a lot of people look at acquiring something of value.
Sure.
But I am going to say to you, this would be acquiring either property or acquiring an additional roof over the head, whether that's for income producing, or whether it's like, hey, I want something new, so I'm acquiring property. But it is about preparing yourself to acquire property. So this may not be in your on your to-do list or
It
your New
actually
Year's
is, Angela.
resolution, but it is coming around. And I am going to say that between now and the next, let's see, we're in December, so no later than fall season, I feel like there is some sort of planning in place. Notice that word, planning, in place to acquire something of value, not an art piece, but again, it feels more like a property of some kind, whether property is land or property is some sort of home, but you understand.
I do.
So,
I've actually been thinking about it. So, Angela, that's part of the plan. So well
All
done.
right, lovely. So I've loved reading for you.
That's
I
wonderful.
could go on
No,
and
no, we're good. You
on.
did a
So
great job. No, you did a great job. The whole idea was that, so first, I truly do thank you. Thank you very
you're
much.
welcome.
And that's all. That looks like a positive new year, and I'm looking forward to it for
It
2026.
is.
And Angela, I think we all work hard in life, especially as we get older. My life has changed considerably since I lost my husband, but it's been 5 years, and I've built up a life that is truly my own. You have to do that when you lose a loved one like that. My husband certainly was everything to me, but he's passed now, and you have to rebuild your life. And one thing I think part of my show is to help people understand that no matter what happens to you, you can move forward in a positive direction. Of course, there's a grieving time, which I also went through. But once you're ready, absolutely, Angela, you can build a life for yourself again, and you can, whatever the future brings. As you said, I way
Right.
past the marriage thing, but I had the best plus one, and he was
Yes.
a great guy, absolutely. And I love my daughter and my son that I still have today. I have lost a daughter, but I have a daughter and a son now, and four beautiful granddaughters and in-laws, and with their respective in-laws. Wonderful family. So I am blessed, and I look at that, and I think, Angela, what you deliver is to be able to say to people, look at the positive. You can see glimpses of things that are going to happen to them, but you're saying to them, look at the positive, look at what the world can offer. Whether you go that way is up to you.
Again, it doesn't take a psychic to say that problems do arise,
Yeah.
challenges, obstacles. Everyone around the world has some sort of challenge, obstacle, or problem. But we cannot focus on everything negative or all of the challenge or woe
I
is
agree.
me constantly. There's a time and place for that. Maybe a little Blue Monday or
Yeah.
something of this nature, but not because when we focus on the negative, we are literally perpetuating the energy to bring us back the same thing. The universe, the energetic universe, can only respond to what you're putting out. Yeah, I don't like to do any sort of negative. Now, occasionally, I may have to have a negative message.
Yeah.
For example, relationship, right? You know what, Jane Doe, I do not see you and Billy as forever partners. I don't see you, even if you got married today, I'm letting you know now it's not going to last. The
Wow.
good news, Jane Doe, is that Billy was meant to be for the time, but someone who is definitely meant for you, which I always say you will know him like the sky is blue, meaning the one, or her, you will know her. That just opens up space. So just because you and Billy did not work out doesn't mean that somebody else that is truly meant for you is coming into your life. So anyway, I do like to offset any sort of negative message with a positive message because not everything is all great and wonderful and rosy. Again, there are some negatives that enter our lives and we have to deal with it.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. And and we do. And that's good. You've done a great job today, Angela.
Thank you. I
So let me
appreciate it.
ask you something. I know you have a course. So what's the name of your course? Where would we find it?
You can find it on psychicangelathomas.com,
Okay.
and I have a psychic development masterclass series.
Okay.
So I actually teach 3 6-week courses. I teach them on Zoom. They're 2-hour classes, by the way. So you get a lot of information. You get 12 full hours of information with each course.
Okay.
And I teach a lot of techniques and approaches and methods. And students get to practice both in class and, of course, on their week to week, that space in between the next class, they can practice some of those techniques. And through
Oh, good.
practice, it helps to expand their abilities. And all of the exercises are simple to do and short to do. I don't, I'm not a very patient woman when it comes to any kind of meditation. I do meditations, but I don't do lengthy meditations. I like to use breath work to shift, and I might do a short meditation. So if my exercises for psychic development are too long, people are not going to do that. You're not going to spend an hour doing over and over every day.
Yeah,
No, but you will give it 5 minutes or 10 minutes.
absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
anyway, so psychicangelathomas.com. I also offer a one on one psychic development mentorship and coaching program. And then, of course, I have the forensic remote viewing and criminal casework tracking missing persons, which can be applied to criminal cases as well, or cold cases.
I'll make sure all of that's in the show notes too,
Okay,
Angela, as
great,
always.
great. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. And so all of those places, people can reach out to you. And from there, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, Angela?
Oh, goodness. I have published at least three of my books. I haven't really gone after it big time. I keep on adding, and I have to learn how to cut it off. And it is my life's work that I've talked about putting out for the last several years, but I still haven't. Because why? I keep on adding. So at least publishing, getting that out there, and getting more into writing more nonfiction and creative nonfiction. Besides the psychic side, I am a writer, I am published, and I intend to publish more. So hopefully I'll pencil in my writing time.
What now you said you're published, and so what's the name of your book?
I did a little mini book called This Psychic Life. I put that out about a year and a half or maybe even 2 years ago.
Okay.
I was a contributing writer for Brad Steiger, and
Oh,
Brad Steiger was considered the number one paranormal expert in the country. He wrote well over 170 books, but I've got 6 short stories in 6 of his books. And I've been in literary journals for prose, for poetry, and things of that nature. And then, of course, I've written, which I intend my 2026 is, just put it out there, is a piece called The Three Lives of Mary Alice, which
oh,
has nothing to do with the psychic world.
oh, okay.
I've written on psychic development, I've written on my forensics. The forensic side is not complete, but I have The Three Lives of Mary Alice, which is about my maternal grandmother's life.
Oh,
So,
that's something.
yeah.
So can they reach out to Amazon, places like that, or will you have it in the show notes where they can get them for it?
Yes, I'll let you know about This
Sure.
Psychic Life is on Amazon.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so we'll
Hmm.
have that also. You make sure I get that link.
Great, great.
Perfect.
All right, it's been so lovely, Teresa. Thank you.
Angela, I was so happy to have you on today. Truly,
I'm
I
happy to have
appreciate it.
been here.
Thank you. So
And have a
everyone, this,
wonderful holiday and a happy new year to all of you.
oh, that's wonderful. What a nice message to everyone. It's very nice, Angela, and you as well from all of myself and all the viewers. And thank you so much for coming today. I wish you truly a blessed, happy holiday, and to you and your family, only the warmest
Oh,
wishes.
thank
Okay?
you. God bless you.
Oh, you as well. So to everyone, this is Psychic Angela Thomas. I'll make sure all her information's in the show notes. As always, you can go over to you have a YouTube channel, I'm pretty sure. Did we talk about that?
I'm not active on
Not active.
YouTube.
Okay, got it.
That's another resolution, right? Get
Okay.
on YouTube and be consistent.
Okay. Wanted to make sure before I say that. But go over to you're definitely gonna I'm gonna have all her information. So
Facebook, I have the Psychic Angela Thomas and
perfect.
also Psychic Angela Thomas. So I'm on
Perfect.
Facebook. I occasionally pop into Instagram,
Okay,
LinkedIn,
I've seen
those
you
kind
on
of
there
things.
too. So perfect, Angela. We'll make sure that everybody can get to all your social media as well. So thank you
Right.
again. And to everyone else, this is Teresa Aker. You're watching Success Diaries. Do subscribe to my channel. I truly appreciate that. I hope you're all having a great day, and I look forward to talking to you all very soon. Bye bye now.